when you're sort of preparing your team in the mornings, obviously we've seen them out on the gallops, they all kind of go together, the chasers and the fowls?
They go together, but you have to treat each horse as an individual ultimately, and some horses will take more work than others. A 16-3 brute of a horse is going to take far more work than a 2-year-old filly that's not eating very well. So the work is tailored in my own mind around what the horse can and can't do and what the horse requires, and as much as I can push them, I will push them, but it depends totally on the individual horse, and there's no hard and fast, this is what we do with our horses. Everything's treated individually and on a daily basis as well. If a horse doesn't eat well on a Wednesday after it's worked, then we might not work it for another fortnight or 10 days until it's right back on its grub and it's doing the way we want to. But it's just about knowing the horses, getting the feedback from the staff, getting the feedback from the head lad or my assistants, and just actually putting all of that into place and doing the right thing for the individual.
I suppose you're aided in that you've got your own facility here. You can train whenever, however you like, but you're very, very much on your own up here. You're not in a big training centre. Does that present any problems, or indeed is it an advantage?
I don't think it presents any problems. We have great veterinary coverage. Buffy Shirley Bevan and her team look after our horses very well. We have our own transport. Sometimes you haven't got the facility of having a huge transport depot next to you like you would do in Newmarket. And I think it's probably a little bit nicer for our staff because they're very close to the urbanisation that is Birmingham, but we're in the country. It's a huge benefit to me because I haven't got everybody looking over my shoulder, and I'm not looking over everybody else's shoulder seeing what they're doing. We do our own thing, and we don't have any outside interference when we're doing that.
Talk a bit more about Dubai, because you've been very successful there. Any other horses sort of penciled in for next year's carnival?
Well, we'll definitely bring Sir Max back. He's done very well while he's been out there, and specifically this year we've trained him with Dubai in mind. In previous years he's come back and run at Ascot or run here, or and then we've given him a break. But this year he came back from Dubai and he was given a break. He had a few niggly little problems which probably stopped him being at his best this year. So we decided we'd get him back, treat him as though all we were going to do with him the following year was Dubai. So he came back into work 2 weeks ago. He'll have one run hopefully here, probably at Wolverhampton or Lingfield prior to departure, and then we'll see him in Dubai for the first meeting, and hopefully he'll be there in good shape.
I think it'll be, his 5th carnival perhaps?
Be his 4th.
Wow. And you feel, say you obviously haven't run him recently, but he should be just as competitive as before if he's over his issues?
I think he was very competitive last year, and there's no reason why he shouldn't be this year. Probably be a few pounds lower in the handicap, which will help. But those sprinters, they seem to go on forever, and the older sprinters do seem to be able to go back year after year and reproduce their form when everything falls right.
And any others you mentioned? Perhaps Banditry is one you might
consider?
Perhaps
Banditry. He's been running. He started back over hurdles and won recently over hurdles. He'll have another run over hurdles, and what I wouldn't want to do is hold him up in this country over hurdles when there's a decent chance of him performing on the flat in Dubai. So we'll judge that one over the next 2 or 3 months. Shady McCoy's done extremely well on the turf here in his last 2 runs. He's got up to a mark of 99, which means 1, he qualifies should they allow him to go, and 2, probably give the owners quite a bit of fun if he was out there. There's 3 or 4 races for him, so we've got a few to go with this year.